Hey everyone, and welcome back to my completionist playthrough of the Baldur's Gate Saga with SCS. So, we have a lot to do, as usual, and I always forget about some things as I go along. So, for example, I forgot to level up Koran, and this is his level 6 in Fighter, which is pretty nice. He's going to get another proficiency point. And I'm going to put it in the single weapon style, I think. Just if we use him for some backstabbing, he's going to be able to have a little bit of a 5% more chance, basically, to crit with it. And if he wants to go into melee, you know, you can always swap a shield out. But, you know, this is going to provide the AC bonus for him. Alright, and actually he's also not using his bow, and I'm going to prepare some arrows for him. Because inside this building there's going to be a level 11 mage called Sunin, and this can be a pretty tough encounter, so we need to prepare a little bit. I'm going to heal up Senashira, and I need to heal up Kirinai as well. And I'm going to give her like a little bit more potions. And that's the first order of business, I think, is to deal with this guy. And we're going to... He basically will most likely cast Chaos, which is a very nasty spell, so not everyone is going to go inside, at least first. I think what we're going to do is we're going to... Oh yeah, of course, wearing the correct cloak is going to help. We're going to use this potion of invulnerability on Senashira because that is going to buff her armor class, which she will need, and also buff up her saving throws by 5. And her saving throws should be pretty sick. Now, as you can see, spell is 3, so that's really nice for her. Although Chaos, of course, gives that -4 penalty, which 7 is still a good chance, a nice chance to resist it. So we're going to be banking on that, I guess. Yeslik has a pretty good save versus spell as a dwarf with 17 constitution plus this amulet, so I think we might rely a little bit when it comes to that on saves as well when it comes to him. Now, this is kind of risky, but I don't want to, you know, like use all of my charges recklessly on my usable items. I'm going to buff Kirinai because she's also going to be going in. I'm going to buff her up with this shield amulet and also with the greenstone amulet, so she is sure not to get affected by that chaos. Jaheira and Imoen are probably going to stay outside, but are going to go in later, so I'm going to buff up Imoen with a with some mirror images. I'm going to do some light pre-buffs on our divine casters, and I think Koran is just going to keep his distance, or like maybe enter later as well.
Yes.
There's also a pretty cool thing that I want to showcase when it comes to Sunin. Let's just use this greenstone amulet and give it back. I'm going to quick save to quickly show you a certain dialogue option here.
Skills are no match for my magic.
Doesn't he sound like Daviorn?
Your feeble skills
Yes,
are
certainly.
no match for my magic.
Anyway, so he says, "Poor little thieves, you have chosen the wrong home to break into today. You do not rob from a simple merchant, but rather the master mage Sunin. I will brook no excuses. Today is the day that you die, robbers." And if you just say "die mage," he says, "Such fury!" And he's just here alone. But we're going to do it a different way. So we're going to leave Jaheira and Imoen outside for now, but stay close to the door. Now Yeslik is going to go here, and Koran is probably going to...
Such menial tasks.
York indeed.
to remove himself from the picture here.
For my magic.
Indeed.
Yes, such menial tasks.
If you say, "I know you said that you wouldn't tolerate excuses, but we have a real good one." He actually has 2 helpers, Maka and Jolar. So he is a dangerous archer, this dude. And he is just, I think, a melee guy. So he's going to approach from here. We have Yeslik for the purpose of kind of off-tanking him. We have Koran kind of staying far away, and we have our two Kensai ladies prepared for that chaos, I guess. Let's just allow Sunin to get his pre-buffs, and there he goes. Maka actually has a potion of freedom, so let's start attacking. And Koran can probably fire an arrow or two. Oh, by the way, the pre-buffs are Shield, Mirror Image, Minor Globe, Shadow Door, and Stone Skin, so he doesn't actually have protection against normal missiles. And I think Koran should be able to reduce the amount of his mirror images together with Kirinai and Senashira pretty well. And then we're going to come in with Jaheira, who might use the Wand of the Heavens. Okay, he started actually with Remove Magic because we had so many buffs. Let's actually head in with Jaheira and Imon. Now, Senashira is totally affected by that. So she might prepare a Greenstone Amulet actually, just to be safe. We'll see how that goes. That also means that her armor class is not good. But yeah, let's keep attacking. Now Imoen actually can't really do much, except maybe casting that Detect Illusion to dispel his mirror image, but he only has like 2 maybe or 3 left. Let's just wait a bit until he starts casting again, and then we're going to... Well, Jaheira, you can keep attacking, I guess. Okay, he actually renewed his Stone Skin, that's good. He's on the defensive, because we're keeping up the pressure. We're cutting through his defensives. Okay, Potion of Invisibility. That allows us to deal with the archer. I think he has arrows of piercing, actually. So he's really dangerous.
My blade will cut you down to size.
And actually, Jaheira is going to work on that invisibility purge. Maybe you can catch him somewhere here. Before he like renews all of his protections and comes back. Alright, there he is. He managed to renew his mirror images. And now everyone except Yeslik, of course, is going to stay on him. So we can hopefully interrupt him. Alright, his spell failed because he doesn't have Stone Skin, and he only has 2 mirror images left. Alright. And that was a nice fight, I think. That went pretty well. Although, of course, Senashira got quite bruised, quite hurt in that fight. But that's pretty nice, actually. I'm not sure if he has anything in his home. His most notable loot is on his person, because he has another copy of the Ring of Wizardry. And I guess if you don't know about that secret stash, this is kind of where you're supposed to find your Ring of Wizardry, on him. Or, you know, you can have 2, I guess. They don't stack, of course, because that's kind of the thing I don't think I've mentioned. Oh, yeah. I don't think I've mentioned in Baldur's Gate that the same things, if you wear 2 of them, like just 2 of the same rings and stuff like that, they don't stack. The effects don't stack, even if you can equip both of those. So you can't, like, you know, quadruple, I guess, the amount of your level 1 wizard spells with those rings. But, you know, of course, if you have 2 mages, that's really nice. But if you only have 1 mage, like we do, we're just going to sell it for 9,000 gold. And a Potion of Power, which is really nice. Okay, Moen can hold on to that. Can you actually... Alright. I'm going to identify that later, because we also have an identifying session that we need to do. But first we're going to visit a couple of more places to get some more goodies. And then we're going to scribe some spells. And identify some stuff while Imoen's intelligence is buffed up. Right now, in this house there's really nothing. I think I unlocked this one in previous episode. Nope. I unlocked this one, and let's do it right now, I guess, while we're in the... we're warmed up from that fight. We're in the heat of battle, kind of. Or almost. Let's not interrupt our... I guess Imon can buff up and stay outside and enter later. Because there's going to be another encounter here.
You'll be pushing up daisies before the eve is through.
So here's Within. And pardon the cliche, but this can be quick and easy or long and painful. So we're of course going to choose going to do this the hard way, and they are apparently the best the Thieves Guild's got, and they're just in the middle of a burglary, I guess, and they of course want to rob us as well. Anyway, we're going in for the fight, and her companions pop out.
I am here.
I should have buffed with that shield, because of course Senashira got dispelled.
Nature's servant awaits.
And we kind of want to...
Your concern?
Yes.
Good as
there's
done.
going to be 3 archers basically, and we want to really... what's the word? My brain is not functioning anymore. Like, I'm recording this really late at night, just to have some episodes for the some pre-Christmas days, I guess. We'll talk more on that later. Anyway, I wanted to limit their damaging potential by going into melee, so they don't pepper us with all of these arrows. And Senashira is also going to take care of this guy, I think. And this here dude is going to be shot. I think he's going to be just shot and attacked by everyone. Yes, Slick might want to tank Wyvern, and everyone else is going to go after, well, our 2 ranged guys are going to go after Meekin. Alright. Senashira is buffed up.
Yes.
Senashira is going to... Oh, here's Dirk. Alright, Meekin is already dead. I wanted Jaheira to go and disable Sath. She's a thief mage, apparently, with some mirror images. So we also want to take care of her. There's many people that we want to take care of. Actually,
What now for the group?
did he just went upstairs? I didn't see. Anyway, let's take care of her, because she can have some basic spells on her disposal, I think. Yeah, Chromatic Orb, no worries.
It is done.
The guy exploded. And did the other one? Yeah, he's here.
By your- This for the group.
So let's take care of him. Oh, we went downstairs then.
If a tree nature's good as done.
There he is.
I am here. Your
That potion of Hill Giant Strength.
Yes, indeed.
It's a shame. We might have been able to retrieve it if he didn't drink it. That is. Anyway, let's do some looting here. She has some decent stuff. This short sword +1 has to be... Where is Imoen that she's so far away?
Yeah.
For the group.
Oh yeah, she's still outside.
I've done had
Of course.
enough this.
I am here.
Anyway. Yeah, short sword +1. Another potion of Master Thievery, some pretty good scrolls, but you know, this is something that you would really appreciate if you went into Baldur's Gate earlier. But at this point, you know, this is nothing new. But it's still nice to have these scrolls. We might be able to cast some cool spells from scrolls. There's some minor goodies here and upstairs, I think, too. Then we have a couple more things to do, and I think we're going to do a little break for that scribing and identifying session, just to get rid of all this junk that we've been accumulating, especially on Kiranai, her inventory, whatever. I'm not going to pick up that friend scroll.
Certainly.
Okay, now in this area still, we have to visit this inn here. There's actually a different character in a different, called Bellamy, in a different district that warns you if you have some evil aligned guys. Warns you about this paladin called Fandalin, I think, who's going to approach us here. Yeah, Fandalin.
Yes, certainly.
And he says that our party is free of the taint of evil. Please pass unmolested. Well, I wouldn't really like to get molested by a guy like that. But anyway, if you have some evil aligned characters, he is going to attack. And killing him actually gives you a reputation penalty. So it's nice to just avoid this place, or just not bring some evil guys to this inn if you're going to visit that. Or you might, you know, easily skip it because there's nothing interesting in there. Anyway, here you would normally have T-Axe available. Only now we would encounter T-Axe for the first time, if you remember that crazy gnome cleric thief from Baragost. Because of course the NPC project, I have that component installed that relocates him. Alright, so this is the Flaming Fist headquarters. Let's head in. We have a couple of things to take care of here.
Yes, indeed.
First, we're going to ignore Scar for a moment.
You're certainly.
Right, this guy's just going to inquire about our business. He's going to say where Scar is, whatever. Here's Fergus. I've got to admit, I ain't never been happier. Got a letter from my lady, and she's gonna be home real soon. Just gotta find me a pretty little ring for her pretty little finger, and all's gonna be just fine. Just fine. But my lady, she transcends gold or silver or fancy stones. She'll have nothing less than an angel skin ring from me. So that's the quest that we wanted the angel skin ring for. So we can talk with him again. And he's happy with that, of course, and recommends us, I guess, to Scar. Which doesn't really matter right now.
Yes?
Anyway, we are going to do a little bit of burglary here, because in this chest there are some goodies. And actually, let's go upstairs against besides Senashira.
Yes? It is done.
Do you have space? You have 3 slots of space, which might not be enough. So temporarily, let's hide those. Oh no, there's only 2 magical things I wanted here, of course. And we just ran out quickly before these guards can spawn. That's a little cheesy, but I just wanted to show you that that chest actually has some stuff. You probably won't be able to... Maybe this one? No. And now we're really running out of space, kind of. Those are the bullets of ice. I need to remember about that. Anyway, let's just get these out so we can remember where everything is. And also, we want to go upstairs, which is... This is the time in the game where it's empty here, so no one is going to call the guards on you. But pretty much at any other point in the game, there's someone here, and you can't just rob this place. And there are some not so significant, but still goodies.
Yes, it is done.
Like for example, this splint mail, that's pretty rare. I guess we're still carrying this club, and that's non-magical club, but that's kind of how I'm used to playing. Although in Baldur's Gate 1, there's pretty much no one, with the exception of maybe the very last fight or fights, that they would use protection from magic weapons, and that's where normal, like non-enchanted weapons come in handy in situations like those. So this is just kind of what I'm used to doing, I guess. Is just keeping some non-magical weapons on me just for that purpose, because in Baldur's Gate 2 that's a very... Yeah. So I misclicked, I think, or maybe he says that on his own, because normally Duke Eltan is up there, so it makes sense that he would say that. Anyway, let's talk to Scar finally.
I am a man of my word.
So he asks us about that 7 Sons business. So the monsters are all dead. You can say that, you know, of course, about the explain, I guess, about the doppelganger infiltration. You've slain some doppelgangers? Fantastic. I suppose Loyola has already lectured you on the difference between sanctioned and rogue actions, eh? Well, you and I know that these things can't always go by the book. Loyola is a Flaming Fist officer that approaches you in a different district that we've not been yet. Not been to. And asks about Jasso. Jasso is back in control of the business. I'm impressed. You are as good as your word, and obviously very deadly in your work. I'll give you the wage you deserve. Triple of our original agreement. I want to keep in touch with you, especially if the Iron Throne is up to what you say it is. So yeah, 6,000 gold, 5,000 experience, 2 reputation. So he has another job for us. And that's the job with the ogre mage in the sewers. So he explains that, you know, every night people have been disappearing from the streets of the city, and some clues apparently point to the sewers. So, of course, we agree to his terms. And now we can already inform him about what was going on. So we learned that, you know, an ogre mage, of course, was behind all that, all of those disappearances. Yeah, and he asks now about some of the possessions, of the ogre's victims. I'm sure their families would like to have something to remember of their loved ones. We know for a fact that a Sashin Star family lost a daughter to these creatures. She had a signet ring, a ring inset with a ruby. So we of course had that ring on Imoen, and we can return it. I'll throw in a 3,000 gold bonus for the return of the items. Yes, throw in casually 3,000 gold. So as you can see, this is where gold really starts to flow in Baldur's Gate 1, when you go to Baldur's Gate City and do a couple of quests that are very profitable. So yeah, he's apparently going to finish up some paperwork, and he's going to be outside. So yeah, 4,000 gold actually, because the 1,000 was our wage, our agreed contract, I guess. And then, of course, he threw in this bonus. And we got another 3,000 experience, which is pretty nice. And now we can immediately talk to him again. By the way, he has some pretty good quotes here.
I am a man of my word. Evil finds its worst enemy in truth and honor. The Flaming Fist aren't mercenaries. They're this city's police force. I am a man of my word. Yeah. Evil finds its worst enemy in truth and honor.
So apparently he has another job for us, and for that he wants us to speak to the to Duke Eltan himself. All right, so let's follow him. Now this seems familiar.
I'm a man of my word.
These quarters. All right, so Grand Duke Eltan, one of the lords of the city, commander of the Flaming Fist, and member of the Lord's Alliance. Alright, so he asks us about the involvement with the Iron Throne. If you don't cooperate, this is actually one of the very, very, very rare instances where this game can just instantly kill you. Basically, if you don't agree to working for him, he's just going to like cast an instant death spell, so you have to proceed here, which is a rarity in Baldur's Gate, because in most circumstances you can just do whatever, kill whoever you want, you know, basically roleplay however you want, and you know, you might miss out on some like side quests, I guess, but this is this is the main storyline, I guess. They felt like, I don't know, they didn't have any other means to assure that you will cooperate. So anyway, we're going to be honest with him, and he says here that, you know, and basically the planted kind of evidence that is supposed to blame the Zentarim, it is there, but he doesn't believe that they are behind the bandit raids and everything, because the Zentarim have nothing to gain, while the Iron Throne has, you know, a lot at stake there. And he wants some undercover spies, basically, to go into the Iron Throne headquarters and basically check out what's going on, and you know, maybe procure some evidence of the Iron Throne's involvement. Of course, we still have all of the letters from the superiors, you know, from Molehay's chest, from the bandit camp, from the Cloakwood mines, but apparently, you know, we need something new. So I don't know why you would be so excited about 2,000 gold after we've just acquired like 10,000 gold just a second ago, or 9,000. I think it was 5 and 4, right? Anyway, we accept his offer. Yeah, difficult mission, apparently, but I am sure that you have the wherewithal to make it through. Yeah, so basically that's the next point in the main story, is to investigate the Iron Throne headquarters. He also has some unique lines.
I am the law. Honorable men are hard to come by. The common folk are the true rulers of this land. I am the law.
Indeed.
And if you talk to him, oh yeah, he has the greetings, taxpayers.
Greetings, taxpayers. I am Duke Eltan, commander of the Flaming Fist.
Alright, so we don't have anything for him just yet.
Indeed.
Anyway, now we're done here. We can continue our exploration of the different Baldur's Gate districts.
Certainly.
Okay, we're pretty much done with this whole area.
Indeed.
Just, you know, you can explore a little bit here. I like to have everything explored, but I'm not going to generally like waste time on that. But now that we have Boots of Speed, we can quickly uncover some terrain, and then we can just like teleport to the border of the of the area. So you can see that the Flaming Fist headquarters is like kind of like a castle, a little fortress there.
I am here.
Someone's missing. Koran is missing again. What are you doing, bro? When it comes to your pathfinding?
It is done.
Anyway, let's move on to this district, and this is also going to place us on this side of the wall. On the map you can see that there's kind of like a wall coming through the middle part of Baldur's Gate, and that matters in two areas, in the northeastern district and in this one, where it basically depends on where you enter from, and it's going to put you on like a different side of the wall.
Certainly.
So you can see a little bit of the Iron Throne Tower there. There's like 12 gold in this barrel. And in this locked building, there's kind of like an unpopular quest, I guess, not so well-known quest with this dude, Fenton. And he's basically going to buy the Ankeg shells from us for 250 gold. So
Yes?
once we go to that farm area to hunt some more Ankegs, there's going to be some more of them now. And this is basically the wall. This is just you know, such a very small part of this district here. But yeah, we're going to probably the Ankeg farm, I think, is like just a 4 hours travel from Baldur's Gate City itself, I think. So we might go into that area, and there's going to be some new Ankegs for us to hunt. Anyway,
Certainly.
now we're here because we want to also visit that northwestern area now from a certain point. We want to visit it from kind of the south to appear on this outer side of this wall.
I am here.
And that wall, basically, when it comes to the history of Baldur's Gate, apparently first it was, you know, just built. It's basically, that was the outer wall of the city, and then when it grew, you know, another wall was basically built. And I think this was, I guess, the city first, and then when it expanded, I guess this wall stopped being an outer wall, and they basically erected these other walls outside. Alright, anyway. Enough of wasting time. There's this Marek and Lothander here. Alright, what is it? First, let me introduce the two of us. I'm Marek, and this is my companion Lothander. So basically, they are employed by the throne, and they are just giving us a warning. Stop interfering with our employer's business. You can decide to disregard this warning, but if you do, it will be the last decision you ever make. See you later. Alright, so this is not the end. This is actually a beginning of a timed quest. I think there's some gold in here. Yep.
Your concern?
Anyway, here's the Merchants League counting house. This building is involved in a quest later from the expansion content, but we can actually go inside here now, and there's going to be a pretty cool, unique encounter
Done.
here. And I think we're going to... I'm just thinking about the buffs, if I should buff up or not, because I think we're going to rest soon, so I'm just going to not waste any charges, I think, or any resources.
You
This
got
isn't...
something coming, pal. Just you wait.
I really don't want to talk over them, especially if they have a unique or a relatively unique line. But yeah, this is a pretty unique encounter here
Certainly.
with Jassel or Jasel. So the door be locked for a reason. You break the lock, so you criminals now. I stick my blink doggies on you, and they eat well tonight. So yeah, this is kind of a very unique enemy, these blink dogs. I hate when games
I am
make me
here.
kill dogs, but
What is it?
that's how it is in this case.
Your
So
concern?
let's take care of them.
Yes, it is
And let's
well.
remove Senashira from the front line here. Let Jahira take care of Jasel. Oh yeah, you should be using your melee weapon there. Yes, look.
Your concern?
Alright, so a pretty easy fight, kind of a left click and watch type of fight. But pretty unique. And there are some really nice goodies here. First of all, I think this is SCS's doing, that it upgrades this guy's spear to a +2 spear, and normally I think he has a non-magical spear here. You have a full inventory, huh? You don't have any normal arrows anymore. Just do something like that. Jeez, I really need to identify and sell all this stuff. Right, like I said, there are some pretty nice goodies, especially upstairs. But even here, there's some stuff to loot. I don't think these have anything. Yeah. Upstairs is where the good stuff is. There's going to be some nice scrolls, especially a particular scroll. These of course are bad potions, so I'm not even going to pick them up. This is a Scroll of Chaos there. A level 5 spell. Very nice. Very nice to get it. Even if you already had one bought and like memorized and whatnot, it's always nice to have scrolls of these spells so we can cast them from scrolls when you need to. Anyway, there's also this peculiar store where there's also some goodies, and no one is going to actually be bothered. Look at all these like interactable containers, by the way, and no one is actually going to be bothered by us taking anything or taking everything. He doesn't have anything, as you can see, but you know, you can just take this gold right from his face, right from the table. And there's actually quite a few nice goodies. Look at that. Potion of Mind Focusing, a Mace +1, and a Potion of Healing there. Jesus. The space deficit here that we're running is... We really need to do a scribing and identification session. A nice Potion of Invulnerability. And a Potion of Absorption. So look at that, just from some normal shop that the storekeep doesn't even sell any magical goods or anything. And there's also this house that you can enter here, but there's absolutely nothing in there. Alright, so now we're going to go back to the Sorcerer's Sundries, I think, and in the next episode I will do a scribing and an identification session. We're finally going to sell all this junk that's cluttering our inventory, and then we're going to proceed from there. So, as always, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.